So by the time I post this video, Godzilla vs. Kong will be out in India at least, because it comes out there on the 24th. So I was sent this plot leak about a week or so ago. I believe it is very correct because it backs up everything I said on my initial test screen information that I dropped a video on over 1 year ago. So I'm not actually ruining anything. This is a spoiler video going over the plot leak. It's not the same thing as actually watching the movie, but I'm not going to ruin anything in the title or in the thumbnail. So if you watch this video, you click into it, you listen to what I'm saying, there will be spoilers. It is your fault. I'm not leaking anything here. I'm just going over information I'm sent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this new information to the information I was given over a year ago and see what is going on. So what is good, Monsterverse fans? Warstu here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu. We're building up a stellar community there, and we do polls and questions, and I respond to your DMs and everything. And if you want to see what the face behind the voice looks like, also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. I'm trying to grow my Twitter account because we have no followers. So what is interesting is, as I've said in the prologue, a lot of this information is pretty much on point with what I said over a year ago. So it is literally pretty in-depth, guys, so just be careful for spoilers, but I will compare certain parts of this to what I said a while ago. So opening credits start with a bracket system showing all the Titans and their many battles, winners and losers. Eventually Godzilla and Kong are the last ones left. Cue the title, Godzilla versus Kong. Movie opens up with Kong waking up on Skull Island. He bathes in a waterfall, seamlessly content. Interesting. Ja, alone, and the last Iwi, I believe that's how you say it, native, goes to visit Kong. Kong uproots a tree and throws it through the air like a spear, bursting through an invisible barrier. We then see Kong is in a giant dome of sorts on Skull Island, being watched by Monarch as the island climate has been destabilized. Okay, cool. Now let's go over to information I had over a year ago. So the movie starts with Kong waking up on Skull Island as the sun shines bright. Kong looks annoyed. He then pulls a tree from its roots, throws it at the sun. It strikes a giant screen made to look like a shining day. From there, we see the team taking care of Kong. Okay, cool. So guys, that one was over a year ago, so it's pretty much on point. So thus far at least. Bernie Hayes, Brian Tree Henry is a conspiracy podcaster, former Apex employee. He is sneaking back into Apex based in Florida, we've seen from the trailers, to try and get footage of something sinister he believes the corporation to be up to when Godzilla suddenly attacks during the rampage. Bernie discovers a new Orca device in the Apex base. Addison Russell, played by Millie Bobby Brown, sees all the news about Godzilla's recent attacks and is worried. She talks to her dad, Mark Carl Chandler, on the phone, who is too concerned about Monarch. Doesn't know why Godzilla is acting this way. Interesting. Nathan, played by Alexander Skarsgård, is a jaded Monarch scientist who had written a book on the Hollow Earth. He's upset over his brother's death in Antarctica several years earlier during the only human attempt expedition to the Hollow Earth. Walter Simmons, I believe that's how you say it, and Ren arrive at Nathan's office. Walter tells Nathan that they believe they can find something in Hollow Earth that can stop Godzilla. Simmons reminds Nathan that based on his book, it is believed that Kong may be able to find the Hollow Earth based on natural instinct. They need to take Kong to Antarctica and follow him through the caves and down under the Earth's surface. Walter tells Nathan he will bankroll the mission. Madison listens to Bernie podcast and believes he can help her find out what the story behind Godzilla attacking. She enlists her friend Josh to help her find Bernie. Nathan goes to Skull Island to meet with Ilan, arguing over using Kong, but Nathan convinces her because he says it may be Kong's only way to find others like him. Remember in all the trailers, we need Kong. This is why we need Kong. Take it with a pinch of salt, guys. This could be nonsense, but it does seem pretty legit. Madison and Josh find Bernie. He's at first suspicious of them, but they earn his trust. Josh asks why Bernie has a gun, because he has a holster on his chest. Bernie says it's not a gun and pulls out a flask from the holster. He says he had the flask when his wife died and he won't finish drinking until it's all over. Nathan, Ilan, and their team board on an aircraft carrier with Kong. Maya Simmons, played by Isa Gonzalez, hopefully I said that right. Walter's daughter joins them to look after the mission for her father on the aircraft carrier. Nathan discovers that Gia and Kong can communicate with the use of sign language. Godzilla senses Kong in the ocean and attacks the carrier, and he and Kong have a fight. Kong holds his own, but it's obvious that he's outmatched. Godzilla circles around him to finish the job. When the military shuts all the weapons and ships off to play dead, it works and Godzilla leaves, realizing that Godzilla will continue to come for Kong if he's deemed a threat. Nathan and Eileen and their team bring Kong to Antarctica in a net carried by helicopter. When they get to Antarctica, Gia convinces Kong to go in the cave by telling them that he has family there. Kong and the team go into the caves and travel deep beyond the surface. Meanwhile, Bernie, Madison, and Josh find the Skullcrawler eggs in the Apex underground facility. They inspect them when all of a sudden the platform they're on starts moving, and Bernie and Madison, Josh, and the eggs are sucked into an underground tunnel that connects Florida to Hong Kong. Kong leads the team to her Hollow Earth. There they find an environment where gravity in this atmosphere is higher, but the ecosystem resembles Skull Island's surface, only far more fantastical. Suddenly, the team's heavy is attacked by a bat-like snake called Nazuki, or Warbat. Kong defeats them, and they continue to travel through Hollow Earth. Kong finds a Batcave-like area that has a handprint like his on the wall. He follows it and enters it, the throne room. He sits on the throne. King Kong has been born. No, it doesn't say that, but I've added that. As a glowing blue energy substance creeps through the rocks, the blue substance resembles Godzilla's atomic energy. Bernie, Madison, and Josh finally stop at a hangar-like base in Hong Kong, where they find a massive mechanical titan resembling Godzilla. So we're going to stop there and flick over to the original plot leak, which is very interesting because it also says here, one lone girl has a bond with Kong, Geo, which is true, and they don't explain it very well so far in this alleged leak. They haven't explained it. It says Godzilla suddenly attacks a naval base in Florida, which that also says. No one knows why. The media is dubbing Godzilla as a monster, not the hero he once was. Okay, that's true so far. So we're up to date on the information I was given. Let's go back to the new information. Terrified, they begin to run. When one of the Skullcrawler hatches and attacks Madison, the robot suddenly activates and disposes of the Skullcrawler with ease before shutting down. Ren sits in King Ghidorah's skull, which is now being tunneled into control base for Mechagodzilla. And on the original League Eyes base, he said the brainwaves from King Ghidorah would charge Mechagodzilla, which pretty much lines up. He steps out and talks with Walter. Walter says they get the power from Hollow Earth. They will be able to power Mechagodzilla properly, and he won't shut down immediately. Meanwhile, Kong finds an axe passed down by generations of Kongs in the rocks, where it appears the blue energy is flowing towards it. Maya Simmons and her Apex team begin to extract some of the blue energy and upload it to Mechagodzilla. Godzilla senses something, attacks in Hong Kong. He supercharges his atomic breath and fires it straight down through the ground all the way to Hollow Earth. Kong's throne room begins to collapse from Godzilla's supercharged blast, which causes bat-like creatures called Hellhawks to attack. Kong fights them off, but Maya Simmons is killed. Not in Kong. Oh, can't say that name properly. Kong, Nathan, Elon, and Gia use the hole from Godzilla's blast to escape, popping up in Hong Kong. Godzilla and Kong have their second brutal fight. Kong eventually gets a strong blow on Godzilla, knocks him out. Nathan says, I guess round 2 goes to Kong. Bernie, Madison, and Josh find King Ghidorah's skull, and Bernie realizes that they are using King Ghidorah's telekinesis to pilot Mechagodzilla. From there, they continue to snoop around, but they are finally caught. Godzilla gets back up, and the two continue their fight. The upload of the Hollow Earth energy is complete. Ren warns that they don't know the capabilities of the new Hollow Earth energy, but Walter ignores his pleas and orders him to activate Mechagodzilla. Walter villain monologues in the control room to Bernie, Madison, and Josh, but Mechagodzilla goes haywire and Ren is shocked to death in Ghidorah's skull. Mechagodzilla awakens with the mind of its own and kills Walter. Godzilla goes on all fours like an alligator and mauls Kong unconscious, beating him. The victory is short-lived as Mechagodzilla explodes from Victory Park and attacks the city. Godzilla turns his sight on the robot. Gia tells Elena and Nathan that Kong is dying. She can feel his heartbeat slowing. Now, I don't know if this part is true, because in the initial leak, there was some variance that Godzilla beat the living crap into Kong to literally killing him. Then he was brought back with a defibrillator on Hollow Earth. Like I said, this might not be true, but it might be true. But I know that neither of them will die. Bernie tells Josh and Madison they have to try and help shut down Mechagodzilla. Josh tries to hack into the computer but ultimately fails. Godzilla and Mechagodzilla continue to fight, but Godzilla is seriously outmatched and outpowered. Nathan and Ilana find a defibrillator out of their heavy and blow it up on Kong's chest. It works and Kong awakens. Gia convinces Kong to help Godzilla. So in theory, the leaks were right. Kong did essentially die temporarily, but it doesn't really count because if it didn't last forever, it didn't last forever. So maybe there was an ultimate winner. Where Adam Wingard, maybe you have given us an ultimate winner, which was Godzilla in a way. Godzilla and Kong team up against Mechagodzilla. However, they are still no match for Mechagodzilla. He defeats Godzilla. Mechagodzilla grabs Kong by the throat and transforms his hand into a drill. Wow. And is ready to kill Kong. Bernie pulls out his flask and goes. I guess that is it. But before he can take a drink, Josh yells, "That's it," and grabs the flask and pours it down the fan of the computer to short circuit it. Now, I know this sounds ridiculous, and this leak has been floating around for such a long time, guys, and it is ridiculous, but they're making Mechagodzilla OP. He is a computer, so any water damage or anything like that would essentially take him down. I know it sounds ridiculous. Mechagodzilla stalls for a moment. Godzilla weakly raises his head and looks to Kong in a last-ditch effort. Godzilla fires his atomic breath at Kong's axe, supercharging it. Kong swings and hacks Mechagodzilla to pieces, destroying him for once and all. Bernie, Madison, Josh reunited with Mark Russell. So they've just taken out Mechagodzilla. Now let's go back to the original plot leak that I had and see what that says. So it says Kong and Godzilla live at the end, which they have. The fight is crazy, which it is. Ghidorah's head is charging it, which it is. Pacific Rim-esque, which it currently looks like. So yeah, the initial information we got 15 months ago was pretty much bang on. It did say that Godzilla would win, and essentially it said they would team up to take out Mechagodzilla. Although the initial leak I had said that Mechagodzilla uses missile, bombs, guns, and array of different instruments to his advantage and seriously takes him out. So in some parts, my leak was test screen information was more correct. In some parts, this is, and it does say Godzilla looks like a beast and a very violent being, which is interesting. So yeah, I do believe parts of this is true. I'm not going to say it's fully true, but I did give an ample spoiler warning and we're not done yet. So Godzilla feebly stands and he and Kong lock eyes, but Kong's in bad damage, so maybe Kong could take him out now if he wanted to, but that was never the aim. So Godzilla roars into the sky before leaving. The final shot as Ewan and Gia watch in Kong in the Hollow Earth. Kong stands on a cliff, looks into the distance as the air I breathe by the hollows plays the end. So apparently, according to this, there was no post-credit scene, there was no teasing towards anything else. Adam Wingard did say the word teases towards other creatures. This doesn't say any of that, but let's be honest, guys, this could be completely fake. I'm going to take it with a pinch of salt because it could be true. It does back up everything I said at the start of the video 15 months ago and the video I did like 3 months ago now, but we don't know, guys. It could be true, it could be fake. Take it with a pinch of salt and don't let this ruin your experience. Like I said, guys, at the start of the video, if you watch this video, it's your fault. It's not my fault. This is just information going over on this channel. We go over everything. We go over plot leaks. We go over fan kind of leaks, fan theories, reviews, ending. We literally cover everything on this channel, so don't discredit this channel if I do ruin your experience. Like I said at the start of the video, I literally gave a 2-minute warning before I started to talk about anything. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. We are so close to 22,000 followers on there. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, aka the Nightmare. Firecracker tweets over that. That would be much appreciated. Obviously, the movie is just under 3 hours, I believe, so it will be in much more depth and it could be totally different. I haven't watched it yet, but when I do watch it, I will most likely be under an NDA. So until the review embargo comes out, I won't be able to break down the movie properly in Warstu style, and we're going to do a massive breakdown when it does come out, and we'll explain the ending, and we'll explain absolutely everything to do with the movie. Whilst editing this movie, I realized we said it was just under 3 hours. It's not. Although people in the comment section like to tell me this, I've been told by multiple people that have watched it already that this movie is just shy of 2 hours, so it's not 3 hours. So when I initially reported this movie was just under 2 hours, I was correct, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I've been told by multiple people that have seen it that it is less than 2 hours. So like always, guys, I will catch you in another video. Make sure to check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, Instagram at Warstu, and I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.